Hello and welcome to the Fish Nerds, the show about fish, fishing, and eating fish. The show that's always interesting, usually funny, and mostly true. It is November. It is National Podcast Posting Month. Napod Pomo, the name that's fun to read, hard to say. And that means we're posting a new Fish Nerds episode every single day for the month of November. And it is fun and interesting, and I am actually really enjoying the experiment an awful lot. Surprising amount of people really listening and enjoying this, I think. We'd love your feedback. Let us know what you think. We're not going to do a daily show forever because we will die from exhaustion, but we will still be doing a bi-weekly show coming up in December. I've got some great stuff coming up. And we love doing this. And the really cool thing, I said this yesterday, is how much help we're getting from listeners and other podcasters. It really makes a big difference because, it's me. I'm one guy in a basement putting together a show. Coming up later this week, we're going to have Doc Martin. We're going to have Andrew Lewin. We're going to have the guys from SmackDown Outdoors. We're going to have all kinds of podcasters coming on. A few listeners have submitted some content to us, so people are helping. They're like showing up and saying, "Hey, I got some fish in the news for you," and we love it. So if you've got a fishy news story you want to share and you want your voice on the show, get your cell phone out. Your cell phone's actually pretty good recording quality. Use your voice memo function and find your fishy news story, and you can read it, you could summarize it, you could riff on it. It doesn't have to be real news. It can just be fun news or funny. And record it and email that as an MP3 file to clay@fishnerds.com. Send along the links to the story so I can put them in the show notes, and we will use it on the show. It'll be a lot of fun. Now, today on the show, we have our friend Keith from the Pop-Up Filmcast, which is a podcast about movies. And Keith and I actually are Facebooky. We're actually friends in a Facebook group called the Gravity Beard Interns. And the Gravity Beard's another podcast that you should be listening to. But even if you don't listen to that, Gravity Beard Interns Facebook group is a whole lot of fun. And it doesn't make any sense. It's impossible to explain. But if you're not in that group, get there because you'll have good times. But Keith is with us today to bring us his Megladon fish in the news story. Take it away.
News, fish in the news. Everybody loves their fish in the news.
Hello, Clay Groves. Hello, Fish Nerds podcast. My name is Keith Galla, and I am from the Pop-Up Filmcast, a little show where myself and my co-host Derek, we dig deep into a bottomless box of movies that was left on my porch, and we review some very unique cinematic offerings. You have to check it out in order to really believe what we're talking about. One thing we did not do, and I kind of wish we would have, was participate in the Napod Pomo. I think I'm saying that right, Clay. If not, you can be in charge of editing right there. But I do like what you got going on here, and so I figured I would bring a little bit of hopefully what qualifies as fish news for your show. My family, my mom specifically likes to go to North Carolina. She likes to go to the beach off one of the coasts there is Topsail Beach. And so, she goes annually. We go every now and then. And we most recently went last April. And this news article stuck out to me because I found it right while we were there. And this was like we were there the week after this. Actually, I have two articles, so I'll talk both of them. But this is the one that really kind of stuck out to me at first, and then when I was looking it up, I found some more related fish news. But this is from North Carolina, from April, actually. North Carolina girl finds Megladon shark tooth buried on beach. Quote, "Is this a dream?" Middle school girl stumbled upon a buried treasure while spending her spring break on the beach in North Carolina. Avery Foth and her family love to scour the sand for shark teeth whenever they are on the beach, but Foth attributes her recent prehistoric find, a Megladon shark tooth, on North Topsail Beach, to luck. I'm looking around and I see something buried in the sand. She told WECT. I uncovered it and it keeps coming and it's this big tooth. And then I hold it up and I'm screaming for my mom. Foth's dad got the family interested in searching for shark teeth. I was pretty surprised that she found one. He told the news station, I've been looking for one for 25 years and haven't found anything. There's a picture with this as well. I mean, she's holding it in the palm of her hand. It seems like a pretty big tooth because she's got it next to a quarter, and it's much bigger than that as far as like an image. But I was really shocked and excited for her that she found something that big, he added. Foth was also surprised by the find. It was just like, is this a dream? Because I didn't believe I found it, she said. They're really rare to find, and there's something pretty big, and they're pretty cool. Megladon is considered one of, if not the largest marine predator to ever live. It had enormous teeth, some approaching nearly 8 inches in length. And according to a study published in March, the giant shark spent millions of years sharpening its teeth to become a better predator. Another recent study published in February suggests the Megladon died off around 3.6 million years ago. That's roughly 1 million years sooner than initially thought. And that study hypothesized that the competition from the great white shark contributed to the Megladon's extinction. So that's a news story from April, and it really kind of stuck out to me because, A, my kids love Megladons, and it was legitly on the exact beach area where we were staying the following week. So I was a little bit jealous. And I decided to look back in and find that little clip or that article to read for you. And in doing so, then I found on May 13th in Wrightsville Beach, also off of the coast of North Carolina. North Carolina coast is hot spot for prehistoric Megladon shark teeth. Apparently, this area there, it's got a lot of these are showing up. It's really rare. The marine biologist and owner of WB Diving, Chris Slog, told WTVD. North Carolina, we're really lucky, and specifically around Wilmington, it's one of the few places in the world where you can find the Megladon teeth in those numbers. Apparently, they find large concentrations of these. Slog leads divers to Megladon tooth ledges from 26 to 40 miles off the coast of Wrightsville Beach. Again, this is around the Wilmington area. He said those areas are concentrated for the teeth of the prehistoric sharks, which went extinct about 2 million years ago. These ledges are actually ancient riverbeds. You can see if you look at the chart that they are meandering rivers out there. They used to be land at one point, and now the ocean's filled it in. So it's about 110 feet underwater. The dives for the teeth are more than 100 feet down. And Slog said they're very strong currents, so finding a tooth is very exciting. It's just like looking for gold. All right. And then I did see one more time then. So this is from July 2nd. So it's April, May, and then right at the beginning, end of June, beginning of July. North Carolina man finds Megladon shark tooth buried on beach. Quote, I'll probably never find another one. North Carolina man made a rare prehistoric find last week while taking a stroll along the beach. Harvey Wall was out with his family on the shores of Ocean Isle Beach on June 28th when he saw something sticking out of the sand. He dug it out and discovered a nearly 6-inch tooth of the extinct Megladon shark. He shared photos of the gray tooth, and it is a striking black root on social media. It's a striking black root on social media. I was surprised that it was there. We were looking for seashells and walking our dogs. Wall told WECT-TV, I could only see the black part of the tooth in the low tide. I kicked it, flipped it over, exposing the whole tooth. The Megladon is considered, again, one of the largest marine predators ever to live. The picture that went along with this one, it looks much, much bigger than the one that the young girl found in April. It's just it almost it basically takes up the guy's full hand. So it's very interesting. Let's see. Some of the ancient teeth are auctioned off at a profit. Wall has other plans for the rare treasure, writing that he plans to donate it to the Museum of Coastal Carolina. He's a better man than I am. I don't think I wouldn't be auctioning it off, but I also wouldn't be just donating it to a museum. I'd have that on display in my own house. But Megladon teeth along the coast of North Carolina Clay, that is a little dose of fish news that I find very interesting. Again, my kids are a little bit obsessed with the Megladon, and hopefully, hopefully that shakes up a little bit different than maybe some of the other fishing news that you guys are covering during NaPod Pomo. I'm going to get that right one of these days. Hopefully by next November, when the Pop-Up Filmcast does their own, and keep up the good work and plugging through the rest of the month of November. All right, man. Later.
News, fish in the news. Everybody loves their fish in the news.
And again, you can find the Pop-Up Filmcast everywhere you find podcasts. So if you found the Fish Nerds, you could find the Pop-Up Filmcast. You should be subscribed to it. You should be listening, and do it. Just do it. Also, we are still running the November contest. We want to get your voicemail, your voice on our voicemail. You call the Fish Nerds hotline, 607-378-FISH, and tell us the most unethical thing you've ever seen while fishing. Record that. Give us some details. Tell us a story. Make us laugh. Make us cry, whatever. And we'll use that on the show coming up, the first show in December. And we will announce the winner. The winner's going to receive some glass water lead-free lures from Angle King. You're going to receive some Fish Nerds swag, a beanie, some decals, and some other surprises. So it's a really good, fun show. We only have about 6 entries. So get on the horn. Give us a call, 607-378-FISH. I'm going to give you a sample of what the call should sound like. You dial the phone. Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop. That's the international number. Beep, beep, doop, boop, doop, boop, doop. And when it answers, you say, hey, my name is, insert your name here. I'll say my own, Clay Groves. I live in New Hampshire. And the most unethical thing I've ever seen while fishing is I saw a guy put a worm on a hook. Can you believe the torture? Blah, blah, blah. Tell us the whole story. And then whatever else you want. If you have a website or a podcast or a blog or a business, you can plug that during that piece. I'm happy to play whatever you want. We don't make money on this show. There's no advertisers yet, mostly because I've never tried to get them. And you can do what you want. This is your show. You're listening. So that's it for today. We'll be back again tomorrow with another show for the National Podcast Posting Month, which is NaPod Pomo or NaPod Pomo. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Fish Nerds out. Bye.